Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever time it happens to be in your current reality. Welcome to the living room. Today we're going to do some hips and some abs. So we're going to work into those hip flexors. We're going to wake up the core a little bit. So let's start off by coming into a comfortable seat at the top of our mats. I've been out and about all day and I just came home and saw this beautiful sunbeam going right down the middle of the yoga studio. So I thought now is the time to do a class. Let's come into a tall, comfortable seat at the top of our mats. Shoulders back and down. Big, deep breath. As you inhale, let the crown of your head reach for the ceiling, reach for the sky. And on the exhale, allowing your chest to deflate, your shoulders to drop, but leaving your crown standing tall, elongating through the spine, elongating through the neck, grounding down through the sit bones. And just checking in with your physical body, giving yourself a little scan from head to toe, and just checking in with all the different parts of you where you might be holding on to stress or tension or pain in your body. On your next deep inhale, sending the oxygen into those places inside of you that need it the most. Engaging that ujjayi breath, a little constriction in the back of your throat, a little elongation, a little audibility on the exhale, a little Darth Vader breath. Let's inhale, both arms up into the air, palms facing each other. Exhale, bring it down through center, shoulders drop, hands down. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, down through center. Inhale, both hands up. This one's different. We're going to exhale with the right hand on your left knee and your left arm behind you like a strong second spine. Twisting open, looking over your left shoulder. Big, deep breaths. Maybe giving your left knee a little tug here with your hand. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Other side, bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you. Twisting open, looking over your right shoulder. Big, deep breaths. Maybe giving that right knee a little tug with your hand. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, bring it down through. Coming onto our hands and our knees. We'll wake up the spine in all directions. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, pressing your belly button down into the mat. Exhale, tucking your chin, arching your spine, pressing down through your shoulders and the palms of your hands. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, lifting from the chest, pressing the belly button down into the mat. Exhale, tucking the chin, arching the spine, pressing down through your upper back to the palms of your hands. Coming back into neutral. And taking a little peek over your right shoulder like you had a tail. Let your hips fall down to the left. Take a breath. Bringing it back around into center and taking a look over the left shoulder, letting your hips fall down to the right. Take a deep breath here. Coming back around into center, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, sending them up and back, downward facing dog. Take your time here. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. Grounding down through your thumb and forefinger, shoulder blades slide up your back. Let your neck and your head hang loose. Relax the muscles in your shoulders. Give your arms the slightest outward rotation, like your armpits are sort of looking at each other. They're looking in each other's direction. Pulling your belly button into the back of your spine. One more breath. Looking up at your hands. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway, long straight spine. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull it down through center. We'll do one sun salutation today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring it down to the floor. Inhale, halfway, long straight spine. Exhale, hands flat. Step or jump back into plank. Holding your plank just for one breath. Elbows tucked in close to your body. Lowering all the way down to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Backs of your feet pressed against the mat. Thighs lifted, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, sending them back and up, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up into the air, bending that knee, opening that hip to the side of the room, gazing up underneath your right armpit. Swinging it through to the front of your mat, replacing the right hand with your right foot, allowing the left leg to drop down to the floor. Inhale, arms up into the air. Now, just checking in with your alignment here. Your right knee should be directly over your ankle. You can even slide your foot out a little bit more if you want to sort of push your hips towards the front of your mat. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Lifting from the chest, maybe adding a little tiny back bend. Nothing crazy. Big, deep breaths. Cactus arms out to the side. Bringing your shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, both hands on the floor on the inside of this right foot. Arm bones stacked on top of each other. Big, full breath. Continuing to allow those hips to be pulled down to the earth by gravity. Keeping that right knee above that right ankle. Breathing deeply and fully. We're going to keep the left hand flat. Twist it open with the right. Stacking your arms on top of each other. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. One more breath. On the exhale, bring it back down to the earth. Now, turning your right foot out so that your toes are pointed away from the mat. allowing that knee to fall open. Now you might tilt your foot so that the arch comes up off the mat, grounding down through the outside edge of your foot. Maybe, if you're good here, you might give your knee a gentle push outwards, but only if you're comfortable here. There should be no pain at all in your knee or your knee joint. All of the flexation here is coming from your hip. Now, if you're still comfortable and you want even more, you can come down on your forearms. Wherever you happen to be, we're going to hang out here for 5 breaths. Three more breaths. One more breath. And on the inhale, bringing that foot back flat on the earth, bringing the knee back up tall and heel toeing the foot back parallel to the mat. Tucking your toes behind you, lifting your hips, stepping back into downward facing dog. Wow, 2 very different sides going on here right now. Take a moment and just kind of give yourself any little wiggles or movements that your body is craving. And we're going to lift up the left leg up into the air, bending that knee, opening that hip to the side of the room, gazing up underneath your left armpit. One more breath. Swinging that foot through to the front of your mat, replacing your left hand with your left foot, dropping that right knee down to the earth. Just hanging out here for a moment, arm bones stacked on top of each other, palms flat, fingers spread out wide. Inhale, arms up, bending deeply into that left knee directly over your left ankle. Letting your hips come forward and down. Option to heel toe that foot a little bit forward. And just playing with the distance and length and strength. Inhale, arms up. Shoulders drop away from your ears. Lifting from the chest. Cactus arms out to the side, bringing your shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, breathe. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Exhale, both hands down on the inside of this left foot. Hanging out for a moment, gravity pulling those hips down towards the mat. Big hip openers. We're going to keep the right hand flat, twist it open with the left. One more breath. Bringing it back down to the earth. Turning the left foot out, turning the toes out away from your mat, out towards the left. Allowing that left knee to fall open, allowing your foot to come up off the mat, allowing your arch to open up here. Coming into any similar variation on this side that you remember from the other side. Balance. Maybe coming down onto your forearms. Let's take 5 deep breaths here. 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, coming to rise back up, left foot comes flat on the mat, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, stepping back into downward facing dog. Take a moment, take a breath, take any movements that your body is craving in this moment. Now we're going to jump into a little squat here. So getting ready to jump into the center of your mat, right into a cozy little squat. Boom. There you go, just like that. Now, just checking in with your feet here. If your feet are flat, can you balance out the weight in your feet? If they're not, that's cool too, no worries. Long, straight spine, shoulders back and down. Big, deep breath. From our squat today, reaching the right hand out beyond the right knee, hand flat on the floor. Left arm comes up into the sky and reaching around behind you to the small of your back. Maybe the right hand reaches around. Possible to find the bind, and if you do, twist your chest open towards the sky. One more breath. Coming back around into center. Take a breath, reset. Other side, left hand comes beyond the left knee, hands flat. Right arm comes up into the sky. Maybe stay here. Maybe reaching the right hand around. Maybe reaching the left hand around. If you manage to find each other and bind, twisting the chest open towards the ceiling. One more breath. Bringing it back around into center. Reset. Long, straight spine. Big, deep breaths. With your palms out in front of you, stepping back into downward facing dog. We're going to do some plank abs. Coming into plank from your downward facing dog. Shoulders over the wrists. Heels over the toes. Hold. Big, deep breaths. Coming down onto the forearms, dolphin plank. Hold. Coming back up into a regular plank. Hold. One more breath. Coming up into downward dog. Take a breath. We'll do that sequence one more time. Ready? Coming into plank. Hold. Coming down into dolphin plank on the forearms. Hold. Lifting from the hips. Engaging the core. Coming back up into regular plank. Ooh. Lifting from the hips. Engaging the core. Oh, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. If you made it through that, you're a rock star. Big jump into the center of your mat and down on your bum. Well deserved. Take a drink of water. Extending the right leg out, left leg comes in close. Long, tall spine. Shoulders back and down, turning towards that foot like it's a bullseye. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for your foot, your ankle, your shin, whatever you got. Chest to toes, checking in with this left shoulder, making sure it's not creeping up towards the ceiling. Big, deep breaths. One more breath. Inhale to rise, coming up tall and strong. And with your left hand beside your left hip, fingers pointed away from your body. And bringing the right hand up and over. Crescent side bend. You might stay here, or option to roll up over the left knee, coming up on your shin, grounding down through the right foot, foot flat. Creating a long line from your toes to your fingertips. Make your favorite mudra. We should do a class on mudras. So many different ones. Coming back down to the earth. Take a breath, switching sides. Left leg comes out, right leg comes in. Option to use your belt or strap if you have one, if you're feeling it. Turning towards that foot like it's a bullseye, one shoulder on either side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Chest to toes. And just checking in with the right shoulder, making sure that it's not twisting open towards the ceiling. Keep both shoulders straight, balanced, even. On the inhale, coming up to rise. And bringing the feet together in front of you, sole to sole. Inhale, proud chest, open heart. Lengthening through the spine and the neck. Exhale, forward fold, coming down over your feet. Big inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, coming up to rise. Grabbing onto your toes and lifting up the legs, finding a big V. Bending your knees as much or as little as you feel like. Finding a sweet spot to balance on your butt. Lifting from the chest. This is the tricky part. Once you find your sweet spot to balance, lifting from the chest. Make sure that sweet spot allows you to lift from the chest. Now, if you can, starting to find your heels come down to the earth slowly and gently. Coming down to the earth in a big V. Grounding down through the heels. Pulling the toes in towards your body. Long, straight spine, shoulders back and down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and the neck. Exhale, forward fold, coming into your variation of the fold. You might come onto your blanket or your block. You might reach for your toes or your feet. Whatever you like. Whatever works. On your next inhale, coming back up to rise, tall and strong. And let's bring our right leg in front of us, swinging that left leg out behind us, coming into a pigeon. So that right leg, you can have your heel as close to you or as far away from you as is comfortable, using the toes of your left leg behind you just to stretch out back there, making the leg long behind you. Inhale, proud chest, open heart, shoulders back and down. Take a couple of breaths here. And on the next exhale, slowly starting to find your way down to the earth. Big, deep breaths through the nose, down your throat, into your chest, down your belly, right into your hips, and back out. With every exhale, can you let go a little bit more? Let's take 3 more breaths. And on your next inhale, starting to rise, back up into a tall pigeon. Go slow, take a breath. And we're going to slide right down on your hip and bring the left leg to the front. The left leg crossed in front of you, like you were going to cross your legs. And the right leg comes behind you. Pigeon on the other side. Using your toes on your right leg to just kind of straighten out your leg so that it's straight out behind you. Hips squared to the front of the mat. Inhale, proud pigeon, lifting from the sternum, lifting from the chest, shoulders down. Such a dual action. Just take one more deep breath here. And on the exhale, starting to find your way down to the earth. Letting your hips sink down. Inhale through the nose, down your throat, through your chest, into your belly, right around your hips. And then it does a little U-turn and comes right back out where it came from. One more deep, full breath. On the next inhale, rising up tall and strong, bringing that right leg back around to the front of your mat, crossing your legs in front of you. Hands on your knees, big circle rotations coming from the hips. When you come around to the front, lifting from the chest. When you go around to the back, arching your spine, pressing your belly button out behind you, behind your spine. Forward, lift. Backside, arch. Forward, lift. Other way. Backside, press. Forward, lift. It's like a sitting cat and cow. Coming still, tall spine, shoulders back and down. Inhale, both arms up into the air, palms facing each other. Exhale, bring it on down. Thumbs stop right at your sternum. Take a deep breath. Thank you guys for joining me today for hips and abs. Edie, my friend, this one was for you. I really hope that you enjoyed it and we got into some of those places, and we'll do a little bit more of the hips because I've been doing a lot of hip stuff lately and I'm really digging it. So namaste to all, and thanks for coming to hang out in the living room.